all of the Balkans, as well as Lithuanian, Polish, and Bohemian PUs. Plus, we are an HRE elector in 1488. And this is an Iron Man game. You can see for yourself here, boyos. And for 10,000 likes, we'll try to conquer all of Europe in the next 50 years. Hungary is both one of the strongest and the most fun nations to play in Europe. The reason for that is because despite the fact that they start with a 000 regency council and a fairly small army compared to some of their neighbors like the Ottomans, the Austrians, and the Poles, the Hungarians have an ace up their sleeves in the form of this amazing mission tree. From this, we can get PUs on Poland, Austria, Bohemia, Naples, and we also get permanent claims on basically the entirety of the Balkans. The best part is we can enforce all of these within just the first few years. Essentially, we own half of Europe before 1500. Plus, there's a lot of other permanent modifiers in this mission tree that make it super worth it. So if you enjoy a little bit of an aggressive playstyle, then Hungary is the nation for you. But pay close attention because there are some things as this nation that if you don't know how exactly you're supposed to do them, you can screw it all up because, for example, you need to follow a specific path when it comes to the Regency Council events, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about in a few moments. Until that point, let's start getting some allies first. I'm going to ally the Poles just so I can do my first mission here, the old alliances that offers permanent claims on both Moldova and Wallachia. Alternatively, you have to rival them if they rivaled you to do the same mission. You can also ally the Austrians and everybody else that you want to. Initially, we'll be focusing on the Balkans themselves, so we don't need to worry about allying Austria when we obviously want to get a PU against Austria eventually, right? Pretty much a standard estate with the +1 mana privileges, advisor cost reduction privileges, and religious diplomats. That's pretty much it. We're going to summon the Diet also, and we're going to be seizing crownlands right afterwards. Hungary actually starts with a little bit of extra crownlands, so we started off with 9.9% crownlands after we do all of the estates. We start with a really awesome general, János Hunyadi, also known as the White Knight, defender of Christianity against the Ottoman Turks, and one of the most important figures in the history of Hungary as well as Romania, since both nations claimed that he was either Romanian or Hungarian, but we all know the truth. He was not Romanian, he was not Hungarian, he was a leprechaun, okay? He was a leprechaun. There, I said it. Now you know. Because there was a huge influx of Irish leprechauns in the Balkans at that period of time, okay? This is historical knowledge right there. I totally didn't make it up. You will eventually get the Diet of 1445. So from salads, you can also elect János Hunyadi at regent. Do this because this is the first step towards achieving enlightenment, and also this is going to lead to another event down the line, but you need János Hunyadi as your leader, not a regular regency. What will happen in the meanwhile is the Ottomans are going to be guaranteeing the independence of Wallachia. If that happens, not a big deal. You can do your mission for the claims on Wallachia. We still can attack the Serbians and the Bosnians. Apparently they allied each other, and also Serbia allied the Byzantines, so that is the perfect nation to attack. We'll be ignoring the Romanian provinces for the time being. To get ready for this war, we're gonna get the burger loans, 5 loans at 1% interest, so super cheap, and as such we can also get the free company, recruit them up over here, and we're gonna use the free company to mainly siege down fortifications since they have their own manpower pool and we don't lose our main country's manpower. January 46, we can get our claim now. Get the claim on whatever province has more development. Right now that is Smederevo. Same thing goes for the Bosnians, which is Bosnia. 1 day passed, and now we can attack the Serbians. Co-belligerate Bosnia and Byzantium if they're allied to them. If they're not allied to them, doesn't matter. Just co-belligerate whatever nations you're interested in attacking and taking the provinces of. Because in this war, we plan on fully vassalizing the Byzantines as well as fully annexing all of these provinces in the Balkans. Remember, this is our chance to do it before the Ottomans start raffle stomping these nations. You can give out objectives for your personal union Croatia, so we're going to ask them to siege down Donji Kraji for us right now, whilst we siege the rest of Bosnia. Of course, they're ignoring us. Seriously, Croatia, you're actually not doing that? No, they're going back now. Also want to mention the reason I got a claim on both Bosnia and Serbia is because the Ottomans sometimes proclaim guarantee the Serbians, and if that happens, you just attack the Bosnians, and if they're allied to the Serbians, you do not co co-belligerate Serbia, which in return means the Ottomans cannot join in that war, and you can just no CB Byzantium in return because you still want to actually vassalize Byzantium one way or another. It is super RNG, but remember guys, that's the beauty of EU4. Just mold yourself on whatever RNG throws at you. That's what I do, and that's why I really love this game so much. Oh, we got question of rights with Croatia. I know it's not the smartest thing, but I'm doing it because this is actually a core of mine, so I don't need to corrupt Varas, and it's gonna take a while until we integrate Croatia anyway, so we might as well do it now. Yeah, scumbag Serbians, ya got nothing on my Hungarian boys, yeah. Not sure why my Hungarian boys are slightly Jamaican, but that was me trying to do a Scottish accent in case you got confused. Well, Serbia's army's out. Now we gotta make sure we kill off the Bosnian troops, and that's it for the Bosnians as well. Guys, how do you say bye-bye in Bosnian? Oh, you can just tell me in Serbian. It's basically the same language, right? Damn, Ludi just started Third World War in the Balkans once more by saying that Serbian and Bosnian the same. Cannot believe this guy. Wait, what? We got Moldovan March? Oh, my boy! Hails to the... And of course, Byzantium sieging down my Moldovan March now. That is actually a-okay. I'm just gonna stack wipe their armies first, so I don't need to worry about them recruiting anything else. You really don't have anywhere you can hide now, Hungary. I mean, Byzantium. I'm gonna schnapple dupe you. Oh, they're retreating in Constantinople? Arrivederci, boyos. We can start with the full annexation of Bosnia first, which gives us access to the Herzegovinian parts, and we also want to get a claim on Herzegovina since we won't attack them. Well, the fort in Mare took a lot longer than expected to fall, but it is ours now. We're gonna vassalize both Byzantium and Athens, because I cannot take Athens since I cannot core it because I don't have any access to the sea just yet. Also take as much money as we can take, and booyah schnackadoo, we got 2 new delicious vassal in here. We're gonna have to make sure we give out the strong duchies privilege to lower the liberty desire in our subjects a little bit, and to get the extra diplomatic relation slots. When it comes to Serbia, go on for the full annexation. Only nations in a potential issue are Herzegovina, Wallachia, and Albania, and those are essentially our next targets. Hey, we even became a great power, boyos. Actually, because Austria is willing to join us in a war against the Venetians, I am gonna do a war against Venice right now. Gonna go for the reconquest of my Croatian cores, and I'm gonna let the Austrians do most of the heavy lifting here. Hot dang, look at them Austrians recruiting massive amounts of units, man. If Janos Huniadi is your leader, eventually you are gonna get the death of Ladislav Postumus, which means that you get Matthias Corvinus. Historically speaking, this is exactly what happened. Now the Austrians are not gonna be very kind with us. They got a CB to restore union over us, but because we're allied to them, they cannot enforce that CB. I got everything I need from Venice. I'm gonna give this out to Croatia. I'm gonna even give the Austrians 1 province because I'm such a nice guy, and I'm taking a few extra provinces for myself in the Adriatics. Because we gave these provinces to Croatia, we can do one of their missions here that gets claims on Ragusa. Come on already, Croatia, get that claim. Okay, they clicked on it, so now they have it, which means we can attack Ragusa with the Croatian CB. But the Ottomans are going to join in when that happens, so we're going to use this for our second war against the Ottomans. Our free company is almost out of manpower, so we're going to be disbanding them, and we're going to get another mercenary company. Before we do that, though, we're going to get another 1% burger loans. This time, the loans are double the size of the initial loans because we grew in size, so, you know, loans get bigger. So I just exploited the tax dev in basically all of my provinces. By exploiting that tax dev, it's actually cheaper for me to develop my production and manpower dev. Plus, I actually intend on culturally converting a lot of these provinces to Hungarian eventually, so that's gonna make it a little bit cheaper. A few other reasons why, but the point is that we got a massive boost in our economy now, and we can do the Hungarian succession. One thing that I saw just happened is the HRE got a new emperor, Saxony, and as such, Saxony's not gonna help defend their imperial broskies here like Bohemia because they're rivals. And I'm also gonna get an alliance with the Saxons. Now we have 2 options. We could declare our war against Bohemia, which would be fairly easy considering that Poland would also join into this, and we would basically ruffle stomp this nation. But And here's a big but, boys. In the early part of the game, you really want to focus on the Ottomans before they get military tech 5, because the moment they got military tech 5, their units are insanely strong, and it's going to be virtually impossible for us to defeat their armies in the field. Not to mention, we also have 10,000 units less than the Ottomans, so that is exactly why we're declaring this war right now. Set our target for Selanik, and let's go. We do not have a proper fleet to keep them on the Anatolian parts, so we will have to fight them in the field. Majority of the war score are going to be from these 5 forts that they built in the Balkans. Come on, boys, we gotta win this. Oh my god, those rolls are horrible. Freaking 0. Are you actually kidding me right now, man? We got it, boys. We actually won that battle. I'm really thinking I need to recruit some mercenaries. This is essentially a brand new army that we can use to siege down something at the same time. Looks like the Ottobroskis are trying to unsiege what I sieged already. I'm only trying to bring freedom and peace to the Balkans, okay? Just don't fight it. Don't fight it, Ottomans. Okay, you seriously better fall at 57%. Thank you, Edirne. Thank you very much for that. We got some Ottobroskis, yo. 6,000 Ottomans strayed away from the herd without a general even. Ha! Avec le Ottoman Stecken Vapenicum, boys. What the freaking schnapps, Burgundy? This is not the freaking time to attack people, okay? Dude, now I have to be careful with these boys as well. Saxony is the emperor, so I think Burgundians are gonna be winning this war. So I'm not gonna help them. I'm really not gonna help that schnapps. Now, the Ottoman army is divided in 2. I'm gonna wipe out these boys here if they don't run away, and then I'm gonna wipe out the rest of their army in Bessarabia, because that's gonna be a defensive battle for me. Same like this one is. So Stecken Vapen number 1, and let's go with number 2 as well. Of course, everyone's gonna be rebelling right now. They're retreating in the Balkan parts, so I can still stack wipe that army and this one separately if they dare to come into the Balkans. And yes, I have a buttload of rebels in my country right now trying to siege everything down. We'll focus on that after the war with the Ottomans. Whenever you have these kind of situations where you have a lot of rebels in your country and you're at war with the big nation, focus on the big nation as much as you can, because even if the rebels control provinces, it takes them a while before they can enforce. So obviously don't let them enforce, but still don't lose the war. Ottomans are still at tech 4 and we are very close to getting tech 5. So if we manage to get that boost over there, and what the hell happened? Oh, Mulhouse, okay. I'm guessing Burgundy is seriously winning this quickly, huh? Can we go for a white piece, Burgundy? I love you very much. No? Okay, well, I tried at least. Alright, boyos, we got the upper hand now. I'm gonna have to switch over to the new unit. It's gonna be a little bit tricky because if I do this, they might actually attack me. Wait, did I get the fort? Ah, I got the fort. Hell yeah, boys. Alright, things are getting a lot better now since we got the fort in Gelibolu. We caught them again whilst they were trying to siege down Constantinople. So we're gonna win another battle, which means we're gonna get even more war score against the Ottobroskis. It would have been a stack wipe if I could cross on over here, but I don't have any naval superiority. And my poo-poo head vassal, Byzantium, doesn't want to sally out with the fleet, sadly. And they got military tech 5, which means they got the really great infantry units that have double the pips that our units have. Means I'm gonna have to be careful now. And after I siege these 2 provinces, I think I can just piece them out. They tried to actually merge up with the second army in Constantinople, but luckily my brave mercenaries here managed to cut them off. So das ist ein Stecken Vapenikorum. And I'm assaulting this fort here since I want to piece out the Ottobroskis. I'm taking all of the provinces that belong to my vassal Byzantium, and that's basically 16 aggressive expansion for half of the Balkans right there, plus as much money as I can take from them. This is more than enough. No coalition whatsoever against me. And now we're gonna do the best thing ever, which is, of course, we're gonna attack the Ottomans again. How are you doing this, Ludi? How? It is time to attack Wallachia, and they are guaranteed by the Ottomans. We're also co-belligerating Herzegovina. We're not calling in the Poles. We don't need them in this war either. It's a fairly easy war. Sorry, Wallachia, you're not allowed to have an army according to the laws of a greater Hungary here. Hungary, this not the word, Ludi. You invent a word, bro. Yes, I do. Time to peace out Herzegovina. The only nations in a potential coalition are basically the nations I'm killing off right now. I should have left them with at least 1 fort like Astoria or something like that, so it's easier for me to get the war score, but it's all good. Oh Oh no, we lost the war against Burgundy. So anyway, I've managed to make my way towards the Anatolian parts of the Ottoman Empire. So now I'm going to be sieging down Ankara and get a proper amount of war score. I was initially going to go just for the money from the Ottomans, but I changed my mind in the meanwhile because I realized I need to have a foothold in the Ottoman lands whenever I attack them, because I don't want to go around the entirety of the Mediterranean every single time. And by Mediterranean, I mean the Black Sea. I swear I'm not that bad at geography, okay? Alright, so we're gonna go for this peace deal here. This is a-okay with me because we're gonna be attacking the Ottomans a second time in a couple of moments. It is gonna be a full annexation for the Wallachians. It pains me to do this to my Romanian brothers, but, you know, this is a video game, okay? So it's fine. Some of you probably guessed by now that I'm gonna be attacking Ragusa since the Ottomans proclaim guarantee them also, and it means that I'm gonna be at war with the Ottomans for a third time within the first few years of the campaign. And this time, because we have Kocaeli, we can also freely move around the Anatolian parts of the Ottoman Empire. And it's super strange to see the Papal States and the Ottomans allied to each other in a war against me. Like, from a historical perspective, this would never ever freaking happen. Should be an exception for this kind of thing to happen in EU4, in my opinion. Did you hear the famous Battle of Raska, where Papal States got decimated by Hungarian boyos? Nobody heard of this battle. Hey, look at that, boys. We got the capital of the Otto Bros. So we can go for the 25% war score peace deal. We could go for more stuff, but I don't want to because I want to have a short truce with the Ottomans so that whenever the truce is over, I can attack them again and take the rest of the Balkans from them. The army of Matthias Huniadi is established. This is a special event for the nation of Hungary where you can establish the Black Army, which is a special mercenary army. You even have some missions for these boyos here. It is quite expensive, so we're gonna have to get a couple of loans. Actually, I'm gonna get the burger loans again since I don't have any loans right now. I seriously freaking hate this game sometimes. It literally took me 700 freaking days to siege Rome. I was stuck on 14%. It ticked 14% like 9 freaking times, man, before moving to another percentage. We got this juicy mission over here. Control of Serbia, permanent claims on Croatia, Dalmatia, and Bosnia, and then control of Bosnia, which we needed Ragusa for, gives us claims on Naples, or if Naples is not in a PU with anyone, then we get a PU restoration on them. So we're not clicking this just yet. We want to help the Neapolitans break free from the Castilian yoke. Enrique's in charge of Castile. They already are suffering, as I can see here. Because we could not access the island of Naxos, it also defected to the Byzantines, but luckily enough, the Byzantines are our vassals, so it doesn't make any difference that they did it to them. The Catholics in Bohemia are asking for our aid, and this is going to make us trigger some rebellions in the lands of Bohemia. We're going to let them kill off these rebels, and then we're going to attack them ourselves. So I slackened that professionalism to get a little bit more manpower before I hired the free company, because I still want to get the free company. We're also going to be revoking the Mart status of Moldova. We're doing this because we cannot integrate them unless they've been a vassal for a few years after we revoke the Mart status. So by the time that we finish our wars against the Bohemians and the next wars against the Ottomans, we should be able to start integrating Moldova proper. Avec le Stacken Weapon of the Telja troopers. It's good that we got Telja in this war also, since Telja is a bit of an annoying OPM. Oh wow, for real, Burgundy, you attacking the HRE again, bro. I'm gonna defend it this time. I'm actually gonna be defending it this time. Hey, we annexed Athens. That's awesome. Means we can get a brand new vassal, since I'll be releasing from the province of Kostandil, Bulgaria, after this war. Goslar, more like Gonlar. That's not funny at all. I'm gonna go for this peace deal here since I'm not getting too many nations in a coalition against me, and I just need 5 provinces to do my next mission against Bohemia. So let's go with this deal. I didn't peace out all of their allies separately because, well, that would take a long time, and I'm just not in the mood to fight half of the HRE right now. So sometimes you gotta do these kind of peace deals when you don't go for 100%. So now, because we got 5 provinces in these 3 regions here, we can get a personal union CB on Bohemia. We're not clicking this just yet. We're gonna click it once our truce is over with them in 78 apparently, and I'm gonna get an alliance with the Teutonic Order since I want to diplomatically vassalize them, because after I do that I can just get all of their cores from the Poles. Finally, we converted Kosovo to our religion, so now we can start developing the province here. We want to get this up to 10 production dev, which is going to give us the optimal amount of gold. And by developing provinces, we went up to 30% crown land, so we can can sell titles right now, and we're not getting the autonomy debuff. Oh lord, all of the Anatolian beyliks are decimating the Ottomans. Oh yeah, baby, give me those Burgundian ducats. All right, now we're ready for everything else that we need to do, including the Ottomans. So we can do control Moldova, and we can do weaken Poland. That gives us the PU on Poland. You can do this either by taking these provinces or by having more development and more troops. Get them as my rival, and once this truce is over, it's gonna be time for Warski. Because integrating Byzantium is super difficult, we obviously will be concentrating in all of their provinces. You know you're gonna have a great run when you see Mamluk troops around Bulgaria. I've built a fort in Kocheli and another fort in Tendil because I just realized releasing Bulgaria is great. Don't get me wrong, less aggressive expansion, yada yada, everything. But with this mission, Anatolian threat, I actually get permanent claims on Bulgaria and Silesia, or better yet Silistre, and that's 25% less coring cost. So it actually might be cheaper for me to just take this, considering that, you know, if I make another vassal, I have to wait for a few years before I integrate them, right? And that is exactly why I'm actually gonna attack them with my own CB instead of releasing Bulgaria. Set up Sofia as the target, and let's go. We do have to wait until these guys peace out first, though. Hey, would you look at that? We found some Ottomans looking for Adana kebabs. No kebab for you, sir. You get dead. You know, I know a couple of words in Hungarian, and I'm not gonna say this word in the video itself, but do me a favor, Google what the word for kiss is in Hungarian. Ah, yes. Why would you ever defend Anatolia when you can randomly send your entire army to attack Moldova? Am I right, AI? Holy mother of Karaman. I don't think I've ever seen a Karaman this size before. Oh, they actually liberated Ramazan. Ramazan's not a vassal of the Ottomans anymore. So, yeah, I'm gonna take their province for myself. I don't mind having a little bit of Adana kebab. It's the best kind of kebab. Holy mother of God, look at that morale difference. 4.4 compared to 3.2, boys. In case you're wondering, that's because we have 100 power projection, 100 prestige. So that's 20% morale of armies extra from these two. Plus, we also have 65 army tradition that offers an extra 16% morale of armies. Even though we are the same tech level, these modifiers actually make a massive difference. That's literally the reason why I'm gonna win this battle and every single other battle that we're gonna have. Well, that's probably the last one because this is a Stack in Vapenicum. So yeah, now that we got everything we want, we're gonna take basically Hungarian parts, a little bit of money if we can. Coalition wise, literally nobody cares about this. I'm not taking too much more stuff because I'm gonna get a lot of aggressive expansion after the next war, because you probably guessed what the next war is, didn't you? Before anything, let's make the Teutons our next vassalin. So we're back to 4 vassals now, but soon enough we're gonna have Byzantium integrated though, so that's fine. Since we have so much manpower available, let's recruit a few more units, and by a few I mean go up to max land force limit. Holy mother of schnapps, I'm getting so many admin points from these missions here after I took Bulgaria that it's actually helping me catch up with admin tech now. Oh, what? I can even do Bulwark of Christianity. Oh, this is great. Aggressive expansion minus 15%. That is massive, especially since, well, you know, I'm gonna get my PU over the Poles now. Let's go Restoration of Union on Poland. This is the one. Bujashnaka Duduski. Take the capital of Verso, and boom. Let's go, boys. Let's go. I can also do this mission that increases the monument in Pest by 1 level, but I haven't upgraded this at all so far, so I'm gonna wait until I get it to level 2, the monument. Then I can get level 3 for free, which means I get -5 idea cost for the rest of the game. And we have the first engagement of the war. It should be a fairly easy battle. Honestly, wish I had cannons right now so I can actually barrage Krakow. And Krakow just cracked. You get it? You get Krakow cracked? No? Nothing? Okay. Question of rights again. Take split from the Croatians. Yeah, you know what? I'll take it. I know some of you are gonna be thinking like, oh, how are you able to fight both Lithuania and Poland? It's not that difficult, okay? First off, you literally just focus 100% on Poland, not Lithuania. You can take a few provinces from Lithuania, but if you take all the forts in Poland, which is what I did right now, you will have the war score to get the union. Look at this. I already have 96-77, which means I already can enforce my union over Poland. Poland has the PU over the Lithuanian, so that means I'm getting both Poland and Lithuania in this war. Dar я go Bujasznakadowski. We literally have all of the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth with 67 aggressive expansion. It is ridiculous, man. So they do keep their Danzig vassal as well, the Poles, which is a bit of an issue for me because I also have the Teutons as my vassal. So this is wasting my Diplos right here, which means I'm gonna have to integrate the Teutons at some point. Guys, very, very important. Whenever you have personal union members, make sure that you improve relations with them, because once your ruler dies, every single PU that you have which has below 0 relations will break away. So you need to make sure you don't have below 0 relations with your PU members. And the cool part is we get another mission done that offers 1 extra diplomat and max promoted cultures until the end of the game. The time has arriveth, Bohemia. The time has arriveth. You shall now become the second Hungary. Where did we get some admin points? Oh, nice. We're so far behind with our admin points. It's insane. But hey, we're catching up, okay? Let's go. Restoration of Union. Saxony, my good broski here, has got my back. They definitely got my back. And I have artillery now, so it's going to be a lot easier than the previous war. We just integrated Byzantium, which means our country doubled in size. Well, it didn't really double. It like 20% increased in size. Also want to mention that I'm keeping the Glory to the Black Army mission for after we've expanded a bit more in the Anatolian parts, since this core creation cost reduction is massive and it's best to time it properly whenever we have done some expansion. You know what I just realized? I should give special names to my personal unions. Let's see, coalition wise, it is a few nations in the HRE. That is a faux show. Look at this, boys. Look at this juicy Hungary. In 1483, we've gotten to be the biggest nation in the world, okay? And with the mission Bohemian crown, we can get membership in the empire. Hungary belongs in the empire or not, so basically we choose whether to join the empire or not. We're gonna join it, obviously. The way that it works is basically an imperial diet in which we get to become an elector in the HRE if people choose to vote for us, but a lot of the times they do vote for us if we're big enough, and we are massive, so of course they're gonna vote for us. We're lowering our tax dev once more to make it easier to culturally convert provinces, as well as because we want the money so we can upgrade this monument here in Pest. And it looks like they voted to make us an HRE elector. We are the 7th elector officially, and we're voting for ourselves. We're also gonna make everybody else vote for us in the HRE so we can become the new emperor of the HRE. I am evil, I tell you. There you go. We can go back to kingdom now because we are an elector. Do I have any step provinces? How do I? Oh, right, because I integrated Moldova and they have this province, which is a step province. Well, that's going to be of massive help because the Cossacks are really, really great, especially this army tradition privilege is insane. Oh, boys, look at this. Livonians are still around and they're a 1 province minor. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Why do they have cores on this? What? Hold up a second. What? Don't worry, Livonia. I love you and I'll make sure you're my bestest vassalin. We are starting to catch up with our technologies also. Just gotta make sure we get our diplotech up as well. We've been integrating nations for this whole time. That's why our diplotech is a little bit on the low. In order to get the PU restoration over Austria, we need to make sure that they have less than 13 provinces. That means we have to declare a war against them first, in which we make them lose provinces, and then in the second war we can do the PU restoration. 15 gold alone, with the hunt over here giving 9 ducats by itself, and that's because of the goods produced modifier bonus from having prosperity in this province. I kind of really want to do the take Dad von Habsburg achievement, so if you guys want me to do that, let's get 10,000 likes on this video. And if you're interested in the save, you can find it on my Patreon or if you become a channel member. And until the next time, check out this awesome Portugal video. And I really want to thank all my patrons, channel members, and Twitch subscribers for the amazing support you guys have been offering. I really wouldn't be able to maintain this channel without all of your help.